everyone knows Bob, Rick, Bobby, and Johnny. Yeah. Charleston is about everything too. I live over the hill, but I sort of like Charleston myself. So, anyway, what I'd like to ask you, Mr. Chairman, you actually really, this billing from Patty Evernden on reduced hourly rate at the request of the board, and the difference should be made up out of the general fund. When did that ever come across the board to reduce rates in the planning department? I think I've made every meeting.
It did.
How come? I think I may ask you.
Pardon?
How come it never did?
Because that was within the purview of the planning director and the liaison to be able to do that. And frankly, the reason for doing that is that in their calculation, they had included their contingency funds to come up with their rate. And that is akin to basically agreeing to do something to recover your costs, your operating costs, or what's going to cost to do a project, and then at the end of it, you calculate your savings account into it. And that is neither proper nor fair.
Well, I know you have a lot of power to do stuff, but as a budget committee, they voted on that budget with those fees involved that were included to pay their self-supporting. The planning department self-supporting. So they don't get the money out of the general fund. So those fees were set specifically for them to remain self-supporting. Now, after the budget committee approved that, I don't think that probably that is right that you as just a liaison could change that, because all three of you had to vote on it to approve it to start with. It should have came back across the board, and now it didn't, so we, I don't know what the board's going to do about it. Legally, they can do anything I guess they want to, but the planning department owed $20,760.
Well, in the economic times we're in, it's not realistic that the planning department, with the amount of volume that they've got, they're going to be able to cover their expenses with just their fee structure. The idea that the people, their users, if you will, the people who are trying to do something in the county, get stuck with the whole bill, that's not fair either. The decision was made as a matter of fairness to our user group. As a matter of fact, this item will be on our agenda next Tuesday on session, next Tuesday morning.
Okay, I'll ask you one thing, but the fees went back after being checked into. The fees went back up. Are they still up now?
They were readjusted in December, and we're looking at what we've got to do to make that right.
Well, I know what I was really going to get at, and I'm not accusing anybody or anything, is that, I looked at the people that actually benefited from that and have that, and ethically, it don't look right for Fred. I'm not going to call names or that, but the people should really look at this, and I'm not saying you did it for a game or for a game for these friends, but when stuff don't come back across this board, and what it should have, and then nobody knew anything about this before. I didn't know anything about it until I seen the sheriff, 2 weeks ago, I think. Well, if you're going to put it on the next agenda, I won't say any more about it, but,
well, we're getting kind of short on time.
yes or no, the other thing is, the only thing I'd like to know, please don't take me on that. I've been around here a long time. Bill Owens was a very popular commissioner. And she wrote an article about Patty retiring, and then she put a note down at the bottom. I believe there are extenuating circumstances that have caused Patty to retire at this time in her career. If I can find the real reason, I will tell you the rest of the story. So Are they something we don't know if somebody's sick, or has she been pressured, or what? Because this don't, none of this looks good to me.
Okay, thank
So,
you.
we'll discuss it then. Thank you.
Okay, Mary